equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, for once, peace, peace, peace. Now your machine. What is the need of this machine? Is it helping anyone in the world? What? I don't know what is the use then. You don't know the use, purpose, then what is the need of this trouble? I don't see anyone live, no viewer yet. That means we are thinking the whole world is looking at that. That's our ego. What a ego sense, and we are happy with that, and we put all the trouble every time, but no viewer. This is called niskama karma. And we get very happy that we are doing something. The world is going to change. No? That's why Vedanta says, world does not change, you change yourself. Doctor, heal thyself. Huh? Instead of changing the world, change yourself. Anyhow, so we are on the Kathopanishad again. We have a very important chapter where Sri Yama Devata, the god of death, was responding to the last important question, and that question was that what is that truth, ultimate truth, beyond birth, beyond death, beyond suffering, beyond misery, all that. Is there any truth, and what is that truth? So, and that response was that Atman. He was talking about the Atman, and he taught us that the last verse we read, very important. I said that you should meditate. How many of you did it?
I tried it, but Maharaj, it is very difficult.
Hey? Why it is so difficult? It is so easy.
For you.
No. Don't you see what is anitya? What is impermanent? Very simple thing. This says, Nityo Anityanam, on 153 page. Nityo Anityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bahunam, Yavidadhati Kaman, Tamatnastham Yevanupashyanti Dhiraha, Teshang Shukham Shashati Netaresham. So Nitya, what is that Nitya? Eternal. In Anitya, which is in the world we see, which is impermanent. What is the problem? Everything is impermanent in the world. Page 153 of the book, what we are reading. Why not get everyone one book? It is only so cheap price. It is not that difficult, but without a book, how can you come? Have a book. It is in a bookstore, you can get it $5-7 or I don't know. Maybe maximum, maybe $7. Huh? $6.95. So $7. We can spend that. Oh, you see, he got $5. Anyhow, so Anitya, it is very simple meditation. Anitya. What is Anitya? Look at anything. Your body is Anitya, is it not? It is impermanent, is it not? Does it need any calculation, any thinking? Body is impermanent. This moment it is there, you find that person is dead. So what is that then? See the change, impermanent, but there is something which is unchanging. What is that? What is that in this body now? What is unchanging? It is changing. The vocabulary is changing all the time. The talk we are doing, all our actions, reactions, everything is changing. But what is not changing in you? I in the past, I today, I in my youth, I in my old age, I in my disease, I in my misery, in my suffering, in my joys, in my ecstasy, I is the same thing. What is the big thing? That does not change. Look at anything, my friend. My friend was a young boy, now he is 70 years old. Is it not changed? But who has not changed in the friend? Who says, I. What is the difficulty in meditating on this? Think of anything, this building. This building was not here. This temple was not there before 80 years, 80, 85 years. It is here. It will not be here after 1,000 years or in a different shape, which is changed. So what is not changing? That existence. Existence of this house or this temple may come and go, but existence cannot be avoided. You see the moon. Do you see the same moon? No. The moon you saw and today's moon is different. Everything is undergoing changes. The sun. When you are born, you saw the sun, you see the same sun today. Is it the same sun? Analyze. It is changing. Every day it is emitting so much of energy. What is that? Is it permanent? So what is permanent? That chetana, that consciousness which is behind this glow, behind this light, that light which is eternal light. That light in us which is all the time when you go to sleep, still that light is on. That switch, that never gets switched off. You die, still it is there. You born, still it is there. You grow, it is still there. You are awaking state, it is there. You go to dream, it is there. You go to sleep, it is there. So this is the process of meditation. So easy and so applicable, so important also in life. So this is the very important point to think about, that this verse is very important. Chetana, chetanas, chetanana. You see everything in the world with consciousness, no? A microbe. Those who microbiology professors, they will know more, or those who deal with that, they know much more than us. How the microbes are working. There is a consciousness in the microbe. Microbe moving this way, that way, but behind the movement, there is some consciousness. If you don't stop this way, it will go that way. Look at everything like that. Analyze that. It's so simple, but we don't want to exercise our energy. And we live in the world of changes. And we are happy with that changes. But it's a false identification. And that is the cause of our all suffering. What a great, grand philosophy. These sages are kind enough to give us this wonderful philosophy. Think that whatever is that in this non-eternal, something is eternal. What is that? Find out. Why someone will spoon feed you? You use your brain, exercise your brain. Vedanta is for self-reliant people, not for spoon feeding. Spoon feeding means we get this instruction from the sages, but you apply your own thought and make it your own to find out what is unchanging. Analyze that way. And everything is moving. Yeah, they give the example. Even in a plant, you look at the plant, you cut it this way, and it will go towards the sun. You stop that side, it will make a way that way. Is it not some consciousness behind? It is not some chetana, awareness there. So this is the point. Try to see what is the consciousness behind a plant. Is a crawling ant moving like that. You stop it. What will it do? It will turn this way. What is that consciousness? Your consciousness? You are projecting something there. And who is supplying that consciousness? Awareness. Is it too much to see? Just it is a way of looking at the world. And if we take advantage of this, we get really rich in our spiritual accomplishment. And if we are dull around that, we will be living the whole life like that. That's why these are eko bahunang yo vidadhati kaman. That one, absolute, unchanging, the consciousness behind all awareness, that is giving, supplying all the desired expectations of everyone. I expect one way, this is my goal. You expect something in your life. Every one of us is expecting something. How the mind gets the courage and power to expect something. Who is the energy behind? Mind is dead. Behind mind there is some consciousness That is the supply energy, no? Whatever you see in the computer, it is happening. If the supply energy goes away, it will be dull matter. So think that way, that ego, being one, absolute, it is supplying all the energies, all fulfilling, all the inspiration for all good desire, bad desire. It supplies the energy. It is not the question of good and bad. Light is light, it is giving light. Ramakrishna said one can do forgery in this light, and one can use this to see a picture of the holy people. Will you blame the light for that? That consciousness is here like that. It does not matter what you do, but it supplies the energy for whatever direction you want to go. So he is supplying supplying the power behind all our expectations and energy. So think about that. My all impulses, my all cravings, all my frustrations is coming. How do you feel that? Without that consciousness, can you feel it? So this is the way. This is called analytical path. And in Bhakti school also we say the same thing. Think that the Lord is sitting in the heart and He is guiding your hand, feet, everything. That's why the example of the chariot is given. The chariot, the horses, the wheels, all are moving. The horses making their face this way, that way, but by whose will? Who is sitting in the charioteer? The driver, no? So, as he pulls this way, and driver is driving by whose will? The boss, who is sitting like president, sitting in the back seat, and driver is driving. Not self-driving cars. In a self-driving car, you become the boss and you become the driver. But in this God's jurisdiction, God is the inner driver. He sits only. And driving is done by your ego and buddhi, intellect. Intellect drives. So, but it moves. The eyes go this way. The ears hear this way. By whose command? Why it goes this direction? Why it goes this direction? Energy supplied by the boss who is sitting there. And buddhi decides, okay, the GPS calculates, no, you want to go in one way. GPS says, no, go this way, go this way, go this way. And you are going 10 times, and take a turn, take a turn. So, our buddhi is the thing. That's why entire spiritual life is buddhi shuddhi. The purification of our buddhi, understanding, is whole spiritual life. Whole complexity comes in our spiritual life because our buddhi is directed wrongly. Buddhi directs us, and we are slaves of our buddhi. And we think, my buddhi, I understand. And that is danger. And the day you will say, I am an idiot, I don't understand anything, oh Lord, you be my driver, then that is the day you are really successful in your life. So long as you say, I understand, you are the worst guy to make complex failures in your life. So, think that way, that buddhi is the driving factor. Someone is going towards God, someone is killing, someone is becoming mean, unkind. It is buddhi. ISIS people, with their buddhi they died. And they think they are doing the right thing. No problem. Because they think that is the right thing. You can blame anyone. That's why Bhagavad Gita teaches us, don't blame anyone. It is the buddhi. It is the three gunas. Compulsorily forces us. So, it is the buddhi. So, correct your buddhi.
So isn't that Ishvara? Three gunas are Ishvara. So isn't that part Ishvara actually is doing the wrong thing?
No, Ishvara does not ask you to do wrong thing. Ishvara, your buddhi tells you to do the wrong thing.
But the buddhi, everything is a manifestation.
If that you say, then you are gone. Then you cannot do anything wrong also. So where are you? Where is good? Where is bad?
No, there is good and bad.
No. If you think that you are tuned by the God's control, everything is done by God, then that is a very high state. And that state, there is no good, no bad. It is all play, divine play. It is a divine play. But we live in the duality where our mind, our emotions, our intelligence, our right, wrong understanding guides us, forces us. There is our big problem. That's why many people in the path of spirituality, they think they are spiritual, but they do this grand mistake. Their ego is the factor which actually drops them. So this is very important point. Buddhi Shuddhi, beautiful word. Shuddha Buddhi. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. You chant in the Gayatri mantra. From ancient time, the sages have guided us. You are nothing but your buddhi, your intellect, your understanding. Intellect means understanding. What you understand, you run that way. And you know that is the thing. If anyone says against that, you fight with him or her. All the fight is your buddhi versus my buddhi. Your understanding by my understanding. The country to country, war is happening. Love, fact, connection is happening. All buddhi, 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 buddhi. So, but our Upanishad teaches us, Dhiyo yona prachodayat. Only they pray to Lord, oh Lord, please guide our intellect. They are not saying anything. Dhiyo, dhi means buddhi, yah, na, asmakam, our buddhi, prachodayat. Guide it towards you, towards the light, towards that effulgence. Spiritual life is only purification of the mind or purification of the buddhi. Make it very simple. Then spiritual life will be so easy. Whatever is buddhi is guiding you to the non-eternal, no, it is bad. And judge your mind and intellect, see that what is guiding you towards something eternal, something permanent, then you are in the right track. And when your mind will be perfectly pure, bas, you are done. There's no problem of nothing to gain, nothing to lose. You remain in your inner awareness. And you are really the successful spiritual person. And all the problems of life will be dissolved when we get to our right type of understanding. Dhiyo yona prachodayat. So, that's why he says that if one can meditate on that, tam atmasthang yonupashyanti dhiraha. Je dhiraha, those dhira vyakti, those quiet and calm and serene people whose understanding is established in that type of mood, feels that that one is in my heart. That one is in everywhere. No? Tam atmastham. First you understand here. If you don't see God here, you cannot see God there. What we keep here, we see the world that way. A thief looks at the world thief. Oh, everyone is thief. Huh? A holy person, he sees God everywhere. Even in the worst criminal, they see God. Because their mind is such. We make a mistake. We see, hey, he is bad, she is bad. He don't say that. Because pointing out that your mind is already bad. That's why you are projecting that. A good person cannot see evil even in the evil person. Holy Mother could not see any bad thing in anyone. She was blind. Her intellect, her understanding is very poor. We may say she is innocent lady, does not go to school. We have done our education. We know much more, and she does not know anything. Does she not see them? There is no, those people who are around, they are all godly people. Did not they give her hard time? What hard time we get? Holy Mother got hardest time. But see her peace, how she keeps her peace and not finding fault with others. That means we have to understand that is the buddhi. Again comes back to your intelligence. You think this is the way I will be perfected. But that is the way given by the the guides of the spiritual leaders. Teshang Shanti Shashwati. Those who see like that, Jnanupashyanti Dhira, they find that that is the same consciousness, that one inside. Those who can contemplate there, their happiness is eternal. The Upanishad, the Rishi, they are confirming, not your opinion. You have to correct to come to this opinion. If one can feel that that one who is the eternal among the non-eternal, that who is the consciousness behind all apparent conscious world, in the world we live, the awareness, we are aware of every action from morning till night. But what is the consciousness behind? If you can catch that, and that one absolute who is supplying all the fulfilling desires of everyone, from a crawling worm to president of the country, to the poor people, to the rich, to the educated, to the non-educated. It's all supplying the same energy. And that one, if one can meditate in the core of their heart, that absolute oneness, and then they are the dhira, they are the people of steady wisdom, and they are the people who attain to eternal peace and satisfaction. So this is the sage's saying. So you have to understand or not understand. If you don't understand, try to understand. And don't go in the wrong direction. Rather, we should have to correct our journey. It is the GPS. To follow this GPS. Upanishad is a great GPS for our spiritual God positioning system. No? Our Brahman positioning system. Now let us read the 14th. Did you ask me anything? How did you?
Yeah, but for the spiritual life, you say we see things bad like that. For the monastics, for example, men are bound to see all women are bad. And the same way, mother said that even your Ishta comes in that in form of the male form, they do not trust.
So it is in duality. Why are you dwelling in duality? That's your mistake. Fundamental point. You are a Vedanta student. Why you see men, women? Say Atma. Problem goes. You will dwell in the duality and talk about the absolute. That is the mistake. Yeah, mother being in duality, she is living in a non-dual.
But when she is saying that do not see...
That because seeing our condition, what we are confused? Telling me, not her. She is already established. And she does not see anything wrong.
So she is asking us not to see any bad.
Nothing. Why shall you be focusing? You want to be bad? Go, do that. And what example you have given? That, oh, man, all men, women are bad. That is told to a person who has man-women concept, who has lust in the mind. For a lustful man, woman is bad. For a lustful woman, man is bad. For a spiritual growth, that is necessary. Otherwise, how will you grow? You are in kindergarten school, you are talking about the PhD course, PhD finished. So go step by step. But it is that whatever is there, don't see duality. See, it is God. Swami Vivekananda said, you are mistakenly seeing God and you are telling, you before seeing this table, you see God first and then you see the table. Read in the inspired talks of Swami Vivekananda. That means it is all permeated with the divinity. You see fault, it is your fault. Don't justify that. If you at all see, because I am a kindergarten student, I will have to judge what is good and bad first. Good. Take that step, but not to criticize. But to say, this is bad, this is higher, I will follow the path of higher spirituality. Not to make someone bad, that is your journey of spirituality. That is no journey. That is your arrogance. But when you see, that is the defect. That is the duality. That is the downgrade movement of the mind. Don't live in that. Raise your consciousness into higher and see there is divine. Let it be. I have so many, in that context, I have so many defects. Take a selfie of that. Then we all think that I am all perfect. All defect is yours.
Do you think it's better to practice that first by yourself or in a situation when that feeling...
You have to start where you are. But our philosophy is to be kept always. It is God. But I am in the level of duality. So long I have my mind, likes, dislikes, emotion, anger, lust, greed. So I'll have to say, oh, this is the path of greed. This is the path of lust. I want to rise above. So this is bad. I want to go there. Not to criticize that, but to gain strength to jump above. Neti neti. Or you experience that. Rasgulla is bad. Ice cream is bad. Cholesterol. Okay, you don't believe that. Okay. But you have to criticize, not criticize, but to say it is not good for me, maybe good for others. So I don't want to get involved into it. But no, I like it, justify it. Okay, justify, then have more all these fatty things and go to doctor and say, hey, what did you do? Your blood report says this. Your cholesterol is high and take this medicine then. So if we want to do that, go for that test. But don't blame others. We need to see if anything is going on bad with anyone, that's for my warning. See, that may be possibility. I may fail in that direction. I should not. So I should be guarded against that. This was all subjective development, not for criticizing anybody, but for my own good. So it is the question is that a very simple thing. Why there will be any confusion on this point? I don't find any reason of that. It is the spiritual life is for whom? You have to change the world first, or it is for you? Let us take a vote. To change the whole world or to me? How many on the favor? Change the world. Change the world? To change me. First. You be the change you want to happen, no? Yeah? You be that change. Huh?
Your mind is your word. You change yourself, the word is changed, it's vice versa, no?
So you change your mind first. Why are you talking the other way?
It's not first and second. It automatically happens.
Automatically happens, but you have to change your mind, that's the point. Pay attention to that side, not the other side. Is there any other option? Other option? So that is the suggestion of the Upanishads, no? But if you have found any other path, follow that.
Swami, it's clear that there's only one option, to change oneself. And that happens to be the most difficult option.
That's why I know. That's why Swami, what happens, easy path is, he is defective. I am all right. Because it is so difficult to change here, always pointing out. Because of that it is happening. Because of this situation it is happening. Because, what you are contributing there. What is your contribution? You are putting some negative energy into the negative thing again. If there is something negative, and you putting that negativity, you are adding to the power 2, making to the power 3, and go on increasing. And you are polluting your mind more. Not for subjective. Because subjective development, subjective change is really difficult. That's why we are very comfortable only pointing finger, bad, 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 bad. Bad is there. What shall you do? Saying bad you will cure the world? As I give the example, if the road is bumpy, rat hole and pothole in the road, you can shout, howl, curse, government, this, that person. Is that which is bringing peace to you? Or you will change your spring in the car So the bumpy road will be bumpy, but you will not feel the bump. And what is that? That is the mind. Change your capacity of the mind to absorb the shocks. So this is subjective. Those who are not understood this point, they will be in confusion. In spiritual life is for the, that's why many young people, particularly younger people, they think that they will change the world. Many come, I have read this, I read this, I want to do this to change the world. Are Baba, don't change the world first. First you be the change. And then you will automatically change the world. One Christ and Buddhas, they are not in physical body, but they are changing the world. By what strength? By changing themselves to this oneness, what we are talking, to this divinity. So, this Vedanta should be very practical. If it is not, it's worthless spending time on these wrong arguments. It should be life-giving, it should be transformational, it should be positive, it should bring joy and peace every day. And people will look at you and say, oh, wow, see this person, how that person is handling the situation. What would have happened to me? Many people say, Vedanta has saved me. Otherwise, in this condition, I had been washed away. See, now what is going on in Santa Barbara? Many of our Vedanta devotees, they now openly say that it is saving me under these circumstances. Otherwise, we could not bear it. So this is the internal transformation necessary. External world you cannot stop. Can you stop the fire? The whole government tried day and night with firefighters. What did you do? Oh, I will change the world. Go, change. Or you being in that situation, how you can transcend the situation and keep your inner peace and tranquility. That is called spirituality. Vedanta is not negative. Vedanta is not talking. Vedanta is experiencing. And make it every day a practical reality. If it is not, throw away this Vedanta. This flood, all this turmoil every day. You know, you are uncertain. You do not know today your house is going to be washed away or not. You do not know. If fire is up to that point, whether it is jumping on your house or not, you do not know. This uncertainty. What will be the certain thing there? You will have to find some inner strength. That's why it should be practical. I have no objection to see the world, faulty world. If it would have brought anyone permanent peace. If it is not directed properly, analysis is not done properly, it will bring frustration, it will bring arrogance, it will destroy one's own peace and the peace of the people around that person. Now, 14. Taditat iti manyante. 154. Taditat iti manyante anirdesyam paramam sukham. Anirdesyam paramam sukham. Kathangnu tad vijaniyam. Kathangnu tad vijaniyam. Kimu bhati vibhati va. Kimu bhati vibhati va. So the sages perceive that this indescribable highest bliss as this is that. Tat etat. Etat, see what we are seeing. Etat tat. This is that. Understand? Very some simple word. This is the visible universe with good and bad, with evil and all holiness. This is, Upanishad says, tat etat tat. Is that absolute, stainless, pure. birthless, deathless reality. No? You are misinterpreting. Your mind is misinterpreting. It is all divine. Your mind being impure, it is interpreting as this world. That's why Ramakrishna saw the whole world permeated with mother, mother, mother. Nothing but mother. Huh? Who is that Christian saint? Christ in the front, Christ in the back, Christ on the right, Christ on the left, Christ above, Christ below. Who is that? Who can remind me? You don't remember also. I forgot who is this saint, Christian saint.
Swami, it goes back to a much, much older Navajo chant. It says, beauty before me, beauty behind me, beauty above me, beauty below me, I walk in beauty. Sundaram.
Yeah. Now the Chandogya Upanishad says, Atma dastat, Atma uparishtat, Atma purvato, Atma uttarato, Atma dakshinato, Atma eva idagam sarvam. That's the ancient, that's the only truth which is vibrant, reverberated in every essential verses of the Upanishad. Atman, the self consciousness, is below. Atma, above. Left, right, front, all the corners is nothing but Atman. Ocean of consciousness and bliss. So this is the truth. To say this, tad etat iti mannante. Etat, that we are seeing ignorantly, man, woman, good, bad, that is that absolute truth. Indescribable highest bliss. And then, katham nu bijanya, how can I know that? How shall I know that? Kimu bhati vibhati va. Does it shine of itself, or does it shine because of another light? That Atman, that light, eternal light, is self-effulgent, or it is dependent on some other light. This light is dependent on electricity. Electricity is dependent on some generating through hydropower or whatever. So it has this source. What is the source of this Atman? This everything illumining. That is called the Atman. No? So this is also a beautiful verse that it says that tadetat iti mannante anirdeshang paramam shukham. It cannot be directed. This is this. God is this. You cannot say because you are limiting God. Anirdeshang. It cannot be directed and pointed out. If you point out anything, then you are talking about the limitation. That object which cannot be pointed out, that is the infinite. So, here it says, it is that indefinable great bliss, which the sages are referring to when they say, it is this. That is, Brahman is this bliss. That means whatever we are saying, though we don't see it in our ignorant eye, but it is only bliss. Ramakrishna touched Vivekananda. When Vivekananda came out of Ramakrishna's room, and Ramakrishna is saying everything is permeated with God, and Vivekananda, young boy, came to his friend, who was only intellectual logician, Hajra, Mr. Hajra. Mr. Hajra has good friendship with young Naren, Vivekananda. And Vivekananda came and is ridiculing Ramakrishna's statement. Hey, you see what he said? This pot is God, this jar is God, the floor is God, the door sill is God, the door is God, ha 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 ha. And Ramakrishna heard something from his room. And he, like a child, took his cloth in his armpit and stood before them and said, hey, what are you talking? And Norin is very open. He said, I was talking about that. This pot is God, this jar is God. What is this fella? And Ramakrishna, in that ecstatic mood, just touched him. You read that description, you will be thrilled to see the whole experience of the world vanished. Let's feel that it is all permeated with one consciousness. And that intoxicating mood becomes so deep, it stayed for him days. He said that I came back to my home and my mother has served me food. I was sitting, I took one or two morsels and like that. Mother said, what has happened to you? You are not the same boy as you were yesterday. What happened? He is seeing everywhere consciousness. Where is food? Where is hand? One touch of that spiritual giant transformed. That transformation will come. He said that then I went and to test that whether God permeates everything. So I went, there was a park near their home. Even now it is there. There were cast iron railings, as in many parks we see. So he went there and tried to think it is cast iron railing or it is Brahman. He tried to hit his head. He's a mad guy. Mad guy because he does not see the difference. He's trying to feel it. Is it different? It didn't come only by criticizing others, but criticizing the philosophy because you don't understand it. But Ramakrishna-like person can by touch can give that to a powerful person like Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda said, I am not of that type of weak mind that anyone can mesmerize me. I wanted to check myself, but I failed. Is it some magic, mesmerizing? He said, my mind is very, very strong. You can understand Vivekananda's mind. It's very difficult to bend it. But Ramakrishna could do that. That I'm not saying that we should expect such miracle will come in our life. But the point is that what is the end result? End result is all permeated with one consciousness. He said, my glass, that food plate, the hand, whatever I see, it is all that. So how can I eat anything? Eating means one person will eat, and hand is there, you concept is there, rice is there, or your food is there, you are eating. If you see oneness in everything, your external activity will drop. But it's an highest expression. So if we want to move in spiritual discipline, so it is indescribable. You cannot describe that truth, but you can feel that, you can experience that. It is not expressible, but it can be experienceable. So it says that it is this. How can I say that? How can I know whether this bliss is self-revealing or it is to be grasped through the mind and the intellect? You are thinking that I'll grasp through the intellect and mind. How can I say that? That's why Sanskrit says, Kimu bhati vibhati ba. It is bhati. It is illumining by its own, or is it lighted by something else? How can I definitely say that? That means you cannot say and express in language. It is beyond language. It is a truth which is beyond language, cannot be expressed. But this everything is permeated by one consciousness. See, the Upanishad always deals with one thing. You won't find many things. Some people get tired after a few talks. Every time. See, I am here 25 years. I do not know what I talked all these years. See, same thing, repeating, same word. Huh? That's why people get bored and then leave. Well, I go there and I hear the same thing. Every time the same words. But there is not two. That is the point. Ultimate truth is only one. Prabhupada Swami used to say, when he was asked, Maharaj, what will be your lecture topic this month? He said, you write whatever you write, I will talk about God. and simple thing, only God is the truth. So that is the only subject of spiritual life. No? You can talk from one aspect or other aspect, but the point is that this only reality is the divine, and the divine permeates everywhere. We don't see our mind. Purify the mind, then you will find that experience you cannot express in any language. But it is tadetat iti This etat is that. Right? Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. Then Tat Tvamasi, thou art that. Prajnanam Brahma, the knowledge or the wisdom which is in you is that. That is Brahman. Ayam Atma Brahma, this Atman in me is that Brahman. Meaning, why here and there? Because I live in duality. I am a fool, I am an idiot. So, how they will teach me? Then, because I live in duality, they will have to come to my level to give me lesson. It is not that they are experiencing any difference, but being very kind to us comes down into our level and talks all these things. And so that we can grasp, I, that, oh, there is no difference, it is only one. So at least we start thinking like that. So this book says that the sages perceived, what they perceived, that indescribable highest bliss. Tadetad iti mannante, they used to think, they used to perceive that this is that. And anirdesham, how shall I know that? Does it? Katham nu tad bijaniyam. How shall I know that? Knowing means there should be knower, object of knowing, and some instrument. Is it not? I am the knower. This is the object, and I am perceiving through my eyes and mind. Is it not? Otherwise, this knowledge is impossible. But that absolute knowledge, there is no such instrument. The tools which we use for our normal knowing, what are the tools we use? Tell me, what are the tools we use? Eh?
Indriyani.
The five senses. And the object, this external light, my mind, my intellect, and my ego. All are necessary to have a perception. But when that truth, which permeates everywhere, feels in the mind, and mind is mindless, so what instrument is there to make this separation? So long your mind is there, it is making a separation. So long your eyes are functioning, behind the eyes your mind is functioning. When you get ecstatic, look at the Ramakrishna's eyes, or Buddha, or the Christ. Their eyes are here, they are not looking here. You see Brahmananda Swami's picture. What is that? That one? No, back.
That's Brahmananda.
That's the Brahmananda. So there you find the eyes are here open, as if it is here, but it is not here. Ramakrishna gave the example. That's why you read the gospel book, open the gospel book. Ramakrishna said, can you bring me one picture? He told to him, well, what is that? Is a bird sitting and hatching the egg, sitting on it. He is looking, but he is not, his eyes are there, but he is not there. Can you bring some? That is the Samadhi picture. Their eyes are open, but they are not here. Their mind soars in some other realm. So this is called the transformation. So how can I express that which is like that it shines by its own nature or light? This mantra can be considered as a question raised by the Lord of Death himself, only to be answered by himself in the next few mantras. But personally, we'd like to understand it as a sincere question raised by the supreme student of Vedanta, Nachiketa. Tadetati means truth is not perceived or felt or determined. Perception, feeling, determination are the functions of the sense organs we just talked about. The mind and the intellect respectively. So when you go to sleep, your mind does not function, your eyes are not functioning. Your mind is not functioning. You are sleeping. Then you don't understand anything of the world. No perception of the world is there. In dream you have some perception. But in the total sleep state, you are almost dead. You do not know anything of the world. The world vanishes. There is no existence of this world. After that you come back and you say, oh, I was sleeping. But that time you have no. So mind is the tool. When you dissolve the mind, the world is gone. So if you purify the mind, then world will go, what will remain? Consciousness cannot go anywhere. It will remain.
Pure
That was
subject
there.
consciousness.
Huh?
What will remain? Pure subject consciousness.
That's what I'm saying. That is, you call consciousness, someone call bliss, someone call God, someone call Allah, someone call Nirvana. Forget about that. What exists, exists. You cannot express it. You cannot describe it. Indescribable. The mind and the intellect respectively. And these three can function only in the plane of plurality, as we are talking. Is not there good, bad? Yes, because you are in plurality. You are in a mental level. You have these two things. But what you will learn? Learn out of that experience something bad, how I can correct. Let it not affect me. Let me not be a victim of that type of thing. Take the responsibility to change yourself, not to change the world. World will never change. And world is always a good lesson. It gives a good battering. You accept it, otherwise it will start beating you. And you will cry and weep and then you learn. There is no second way. World is always ready to beat you. Either you rise above, you don't care for that, then you are above. And if you not, you cry and weep. Vedanta says, why to cry? You can rise above. So they can function only in the plane of plurality, the world of sense objects, thoughts and ideas of the identification with these three at the moment when he has thus completely transformed himself, transcended beyond the pain and limitations of these three. He comes to realize that what he has till now been seeking was the nearest factor in him, that is his own self. If you move on this way, you think what you are searching outside, it is only here. And because of that nearness, it is so near. You know, you don't recognize when you are very near to whatever the most important thing in your life, you don't recognize that because it's proximity. You know, there is suppose a big judge. He is a big judge and powerful judge. Powerful judge for others. But to the wife, he dictates, hey, go, take your cup of tea. Can't you prepare one for me? See, he is a big guy. But proximity has given them the freedom. It is nothing. So we also, because of the proximity, we ignore our Atman. You will also see, when you are living with a great person, because of the proximity, you misunderstand. Ramakrishna, Hridaya was close proximity, most misunderstood person. And he gave so much trouble to Ramakrishna. Those who live with even the holiest of the holy people, because of the proximity, they don't understand the glory. Those who can, they are exceptional people. So, here is the question. Atman is the most near. There is no one nearer than me. Because with that light only I am seeing. With that light I am talking. With that light I am digesting the food I have eaten. With that light only I am movement of my feet and actions. My anger, my frustration, expressing all these things. How can I know that so close to me? I forget that. And I give value to everything else in the world. Not here. Our all attention has gone outside. Not here. But spiritual life is all here, nothing outside. All our spiritual practices, bhakti school we are reading, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Hare Smaranam, Padu Sevanam. That means you keep your all the sense organs with your mind, with your emotions, connect with God, means internalize. Not there, here. No? Because you cannot think of the highest through some activities. Use your hand for serving God. Use your leg going around the holy pilgrimage. Use your eyes to see the holy pictures, holy images, holy whatever is holy. Talk about God this time, not mundane talks day and night and criticizing and finding fault and talking things. Talk about God, talk about God. Ramakrishna, look at that. He didn't talk anything but God. Go to the gospel. How many words you will find about worldly talk? Read the 5 volumes of gospel. Tell me, critically analyze the gospel and find out how many words he talked about. How are you? What are you doing? What did you eat? Huh? What your daughter-in-law is doing? What your mother-in-law is doing? Oh, is he sick? Ah, ha, ha. Find out. Read the gospel. It's an example. Look at that. Even Swami Vivekananda, who was so popular and used to mix with the world, how many things you will find worldly? Read the letters. You can say letter is a personal thing. You talk about how are you, how am I. What we write is a rubbish. What we write? We spend money only, say Christmas. We write hundreds of cards. What do we write? Even we sign, not even date or nothing. And some printed matter is the sign. We think, oh, somebody has remembered me. But that's our satisfaction. but what is there? Why do we send it? There's nothing there. What you write, even you write, you will say, how are you? How is this? How are this? Who writes some few lines to inspire you? To give a boosting in your spiritual life. That is the point. So our every effort should be to inspire us. It is not for the good of others, but it's good for ourselves, our own self. So that idea, we cannot do this. Almost time, no? Okay. I'll read quickly. At this moment, the disciple is raising his doubt, which is marked by his own understanding. Okay. When the sense organs and the mind and the intellect are flouted and transcended, Nachiketa asked, what exactly would be the nature of the instrument used? And individuals who use the instrument of realizing the self, this is that. Even those of you who can at least come to appreciate at this moment of our discussion the entire implication of the doubt of Nachiketa can be considered to have thoroughly and well followed all the discussions made by the Upanishad so far. Acha, what is that? We have already shown in the previous discussion how in order to cognize, understand the object, we need the help of light. We then also found that for perceiving the gross light of the physical world, in seeing the subtler subjects of mind, such as thought, etc., we have the light of intelligence. I have talked about light of the eyes, light of the mind, light of the intelligence, light of the ego, and behind that the light, which is the eternal light, reflected on ego. Ego's light comes on your understanding, intellect. Intellect's light fall on your mind. Mind's light fall on your senses and your nervous system. Your all the neurons. That is the supply. Light comes from internal light. We do not know where does it come from. We see the neurons are all functioning. But what is the source of that? This is the Atman. But when the Lord of Death asked the Vedantic seer transcending the region of this mind and intellect comes to behold the self, the Brahman, the child feels confused, we feel confused. Because all perception goes when duality is there. But when it goes back there, how will you understand what is that? Behind the ego, that light which shines eternally, how can you describe that? How can you feel it? All the tools are gone. Our normal perception tool is mind, ego, intellect, senses. If all are withdrawn and go back to the source, then how will you be able to tell about that truth? So,
when he talks about the Brahmana's child, he's talking about Nachiketas, right?
But he has already said, it is though it is said by the Guru, but it is as if the Guru has taken the question in the mind of Nachiketa and he is responding to that. Okay, so a lamp is seen because of its own light, as opposed to the dull object which get their light borrowed from a lamp. In the philosophy of Vedanta, the question is answered by the great masters. It is a case of self becoming aware of itself. Self becoming aware of itself. When the meditator has successfully hushed mind, when the meditator has successfully hushed the mind and the intellect, in the throbbing silence within, his awareness becomes conscious of itself. Who am I? This is a state of intuitive experience and not physical cognition. It is to show this intimate self awareness of the self that we have in the inimitable language in the scripture. This is that. The self, being itself the light of wisdom, needs no other light to light itself. When the clouds have moved away, the sun that comes out from the behind screening clouds needs no other torch to enable us to see him, he being the nature of nothing but a mass of light. So, his being the mass of light, it cannot be understood by intellect. Intelligence needs no other intelligence to light itself. That light does not need another light. The light of the light. That's why Upanishad said, light of the light. Okay, we end here. Next verse is very beautiful. This verse is also good for meditation. This is also good. Every verse, if you read in depth, then you find its deeper charm. But superficially, if we read, it can be, actually we spend 1 hour, 15 minutes maybe, unnecessary. If you want to read, it is only 5 minutes. To read this verse and its translation, it needs 5 minutes. But we are talking about 1 hour, more than 1 hour, but still we are not clear about it. Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejashvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvisha Mahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Panam Astu. So thank you all. And tomorrow we'll have our gospel class. Thank you. Because gospel class is becoming so big, so we move to the living room. Because we are 4 or 5 people maybe. So we move to that place.
हाँ हाँ स्ट्रीम है